Quando ero piccolino non esisteva la frenesia inutile di adesso. C'erano le pause fra una programmazione e l'altra. Non dimenticate il termine programmazione, programmare. Addirittura trasmettevano gli intervalli con le pecore, come nell'intervallo che stiamo vedendo adesso. Un breve video per tutti i commentatori. Non affannatevi a scrivere, perché dopo alcuni video i commenti vengono bloccati e non rimane traccia dei vostri pensieri, come si legge nella descrizione di tutti i video. Inoltre, se commentate facendo domande senza sapere nulla su ciò che possiamo testare sulla Terra piana, evitatelo. È come fare domande sul sistema eliocentrico senza sapere nulla di quella teoria, che già sapete poco nonostante ve la insegnino a scuola. Esiste il fornito indice alfabetico per fare tutte le ricerche che ritenete utili, e se siete pigri mettetevi comodi o comode e gustatevi l'intera serie di La storia perduta della Terra piana, se non l'avete ancora fatto, oltre alle varie parti di Storia rubata. Magari vi si accende ancora quella piccola lampadina ormai esausta a furia di ascoltare i media e le news. Se volete fare una donazione c'è la possibilità di farlo, oppure potete acquistare il libro Il risveglio, visto che YouTube non permette di monetizzare. Potete anche sfogliarlo gratis online, il risveglio. Chi cerca trova su www.tinelli.eu. Come da titolo, intervallo per ricordare, appunto per ricordare che non esiste una immagine vera della Terra, come le immagini che state vedendo. Una è diversa dall'altra, sempre, e non esiste una immagine vera dei pianeti, ma solo rappresentazioni grafiche come quelle che andremo a vedere fra poco con i sottotitoli. Questo è Giove, ad esempio, visto col telescopio, è una luce. Questo è Venere, sempre attraverso il telescopio, e questo è Marte. Nessuno assomiglia assolutamente alle immagini elaborate dagli artisti che fanno e producono queste cose. Cercate Trappisuan nella pagina Indice Alfabetico, che hanno la stessa tematica. Nello spazio hanno inviato solo la vostra fantasia, la mia l'ho riportata a casa a guardare la realtà. Buona visione, meglio buona lettura dei sottotitoli. Dimenticavo. Ricordatevi del nuovo canale di ricerca The Secrets of the World. Trovate la playlist su Indice Alfabetico.
Now, I don't want to fool you here. Last month, for the first time since 1972, NASA released a blue marble, a single snapshot of the Earth taken from outer space. And so much has changed in the decades between that first picture and the second. Borders have shifted, generations have come and gone. Our global population has nearly doubled. But one thing hasn't changed. Our planet is as beautiful as ever. It still looks blue.
In 2002, Blue Marble 2.0, NASA's Rob Simon made this. And it had wide appeal too. For example, it ended up as the default background on the iPhone.
I didn't even know until I bought an iPhone and turned it on and kind of did a little happy dance.
Simon's job is...
It's primarily taking data and making pictures out of it.
That's what this is, a composite of data sets from several different instruments translated into a picture.
To us, the really cool thing was the data set. Up until that point, there was no realistic color map of the globe anywhere.
So the land layer here comes from
the moderate resolution imaging spectroradiometer aboard Terra.
And the tricky part here was the weather.
So we actually had to take clouds out.
They stashed the clouds for later, went onto the ocean. That came from an instrument that measures phytoplankton in the sea.
Where it was low, I colored it dark blue because they're low mostly in mid-oceans. And then where it was a little bit higher, it was like a little bit brighter green.
Then add the clouds back in.
There's a small problem with it because there's a very slight gap in between each orbit.
So some of those are painted on.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Then,
there was another layer to sort of simulate the atmosphere.
and then there's this little bright spot.
It's called the specular highlight. So it's the reflection of sunlight off of water.
Those are the pieces, but you can't just slap them all together.
It just didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat, or the clouds are sort of too see-through. So I just hit Command Z a lot.
There's artistry to creating the world.
What I imagine it to be. Unfortunately, I'm not an astronaut. I've never been to space. But I've looked at these images over and over again, trying to sort of get the essence of it. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
In the meantime, they are images that inspire, educate, and sometimes just make us say, wow.
Yeah.
Over the years, NASA has given us spectacular photos and renderings that reveal a colorful and mysterious universe.
No doubt. And now Chris Martinez is introducing us to two of the artists behind some of the most iconic space art in the galaxy.
In a small, bright office, working side by side,
Let's see.
Robert Hurt and Tim Pyle bring the universe to life.
What we're doing does have real science underlying it.
Robert is an astrophysicist turned artist. Tim, once a Hollywood animator, is now a planet illustrator. Together, they produce some of NASA's most popular images, from renderings of how planets light years away could look, to actual photos of stars and galaxies captured by NASA's powerful telescopes.
And this is sort of how it comes to me. And then
Many of those images have a dark, grainy start, but color and light reveal an astonishing glimpse of how the deepest regions of space might appear to the human eye.
What I'm trying to do is show people sort of the broader colors that the universe has to offer.
It's a delicate blend of imagination and data. The artists meet with NASA scientists over many drafts to ensure a planet or galaxy's look lines up with the research to make each one as accurate as possible.
I love the challenge. It's kind of like a puzzle to me of trying to create something that looks really cool within the restrictions that were given by the scientists.
It can take days, even weeks, to produce just a single image. The dazzling final results, enough to keep us all dreaming of the final frontier for years to come. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
The artists also say they have to be especially careful when it comes to illustrations of other planets to avoid colors many of us would associate with Earth, like blue for water.
The force is strong with this.